It's been a few weeks since my last King Arthur Legends Rise video, but as you can see, my account is still progressing and my Camelot is still growing. Now this is critical because over the past few weeks, I've had to spend a lot less playtime in all of my games due to the holiday season. And some games really penalize you for that. But one of the great things I learned about King Arthur Legends Rise over this period is that this game doesn't. It's really flexible. Now don't get me wrong, if you want to spend a lot of time in King Arthur Legends Rise, you certainly can. There is always something to do in this game. But if you need to pull back like I did recently, this game is really flexible and you can still get everything you need to do on a daily basis done in a reasonable amount of time. So in today's video, what I'm going to do is first of all, show you a little bit of the account progress I've made over the past few weeks. Then we're going to talk about where you can save time in this game and some activities you want to make sure you don't skip on a daily basis, but you can complete most of those in just a few minutes. And then finally, we might take a look at some of my new favorite heroes, because that's always fun. Thanks once again to King Arthur Legends Rise for sponsoring this video. I am Colred. This is Colred Plays. Let's get started. Like all games of this type, King Arthur Legends Rise rewards you for doing daily activities, and it all starts with your daily login reward track here. Now, as you can see, this is my second month in King Arthur Legends Rise, and I am on day 10, so I am 40 days into my account. But one of the things that I really like about this login reward track is that in addition to the regular rewards that you get every day, which are very good, every month on day 21 and day 30, you get special rewards. On day 21, you get a legendary relic shard summon ticket, so you get at least one legendary relic every month. And then on day 30, you get a legendary hero summon ticket, so you get a legendary hero at least once a month. If all you do is log into this game, you will still be collecting good resources that can help you grow your account. But if you want to do more than that, there are certainly other daily activities that also have excellent rewards. Let's go take a look at some of those. When I have a day where I don't have that much time to spend in game, but I still want to get some good daily resources, I definitely focus on the power-up guide down here in the bottom left. If you click on that, it will take you to the power-up guide. You go over to the missions tab, and this is where you can find your list of daily, weekly, and monthly missions. Now, one thing to note about this system is that it's very friendly and flexible. You only need to complete 9 daily missions in order to get the maximum reward of this special summon ticket. Now, that's really important. You want to try to get this ticket every day if you can. But as you'll notice, there are 16 different missions to choose from. So if you have very little time, you can just choose the 9 fastest ones to complete. And honestly, I've done this in like 15 minutes or less when I've been really pressed for time. But if you have a little more time in your day, you could complete all 60 daily missions, and that's going to give you even more resources. And the nice thing about this is the flexibility extends to the weekly and monthly missions as well. So if you look at the one mission I still have to do today to clear the Forbidden Dungeon, I need to clear this 5 times. Now, the good news about this, I'll show you in just a second, is it's relatively fast to clear this dungeon. But in addition, if I go to the weekly mission, there is a weekly mission for the Forbidden Dungeon that requires 25 clears. I can clear it 5 times a day, which means I can clear 25 times in just 5 days. So even if I miss 2 logins per week, I'm still going to be able to get all of these weekly missions. And if I go to the monthly missions, there is a monthly mission for the same dungeon, again, the Forbidden Dungeon here, which requires 100 clears. So 25 times 4 weeks, that gets me my 100 clears. So again, I only have to log in 5 days a week and just do these really quick missions in order to gather a ton of resources. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate this system, because in most of the games of this type that I play, I feel shackled to my computer and my phone. I need to spend hours a day doing my daily missions, and that just makes the experience feel more like a job. But King Arthur Legends Rise really just feels like a game. I can opt in and spend a lot of time in game when I have the time, or I can just do a little bit of quick daily business, get my resources, and still feel like I'm growing my account, even when I can only spend a few minutes in game every day. But there are a few places, definitely, that you don't want to skip on a daily basis if you can help it. So let's go talk about those. Here in the restricted area menu, we have a list of all of the dungeons in King Arthur Legends Rise. And I want to clearly state that all of these dungeons are valuable, and you should try to get into all of them every day if you can. But when you're running short of time, there are two that you definitely don't want to skip. The first is the Sealed Temple. Now, one of the reasons that you don't want to skip this is because you only have 5 keys per day here. So when you have more time, you can't necessarily get in here more often and grind up resources. And these resources are rare and extremely valuable. From the Master of Death, you can get these hero skill talismans. This is how you level up the skills of your heroes. And then from the Master of the Apocalypse, you get these relic skill tomes. Now, the relics are your heroes' weapons, and they have their own skills that need to be leveled up, and you need this resource in order to do it. So again, you only have 5 keys to split between these 2 different areas, and as a result, you definitely want to be in here every day if you can. One thing to note is that this is a classic dungeon run. You can't instant clear this. So as you can see, if I'm going to be clearing this Master of Apocalypse level, it takes basically 4 minutes. I can do the battle multiplier, so I don't have to run this 5 individual times. I really only have to run it twice, but it's going to take me, 8 to 10 minutes to clear this. So I do want to count on that time. That's why I always focus on this temple if I'm running short of time. The second area that you don't want to skip is the Forbidden Dungeon. Now, the Forbidden Dungeon is important because mostly, for a lot of reasons, but mostly it's the best source of pedestals, and you need these pedestals to awaken your relics. And that's really important, again, for your hero's progression. So you want to get in here every day, and again, you only get 5 tickets, but the great thing about this is you can come into any area and do an auto clear. So you can just instantly use all 5 tickets on a floor you've already cleared and get all of your resources for the day. So it literally takes like 10 seconds. So between the Forbidden Dungeon and the Sealed Temple, you might be spending 15 minutes tops on these 2 areas. And those are the 2 most important dungeons in the game. Now, again, you still want to get to all the other dungeons if you can, but these are the 2 that you don't want to miss. I want to close out today's video by giving you a quick roster update and also shouting out 2 of my favorite new heroes here in King Arthur Legends Rise. This is Vivienne. She was the focus of the latest Rate Up Summon event, and I happened to pull her on my Mercy summons. So I was very excited to get this hero, especially because I believe that she is the best healer in the entire game. Not only do all 3 of her skills heal you, but her A2 actually converts dots into recovery over time. So she turns damage into healing. And then in addition, she places burns on her first skill and her third skill. So this is a fantastic healer, can also pump out some damage, especially in boss fights. That's highly valuable. So if you received Vivienne during the Rate Up Summons event, congratulations. But if not, keep your eye out for this hero because she's absolutely fantastic. Now, the second hero I want to shout out is actually one that I've owned for a little while, and that is Lancelot. When I first got Lancelot, I didn't quite understand how good this hero is. First of all, his A2 is this low-key high chance to stun, and there are some places, some locations in the game where crowd control can be extremely valuable. Places like the Forbidden Dungeon. So this is a very reliable stun, even though it's not leveled up yet. And as I level it up, it's going to get even better. So this isn't a huge part of his kit, but when you need it, it's there. The biggest skill in his kit, the most influential one, is this AoE burn. Now, this has a decent chance of landing, but it is AoE, so it's going to get out there. And when you have bosses who have like extra arms or horns or tails or whatever, remember that these burns can also go onto those limbs, I guess, and create more damage in more places. The great thing about a burn champion is you can build him really tanky, and as long as you have a bit of effect accuracy, he's still going to do damage. So Lancelot rarely dies, and he pumps a lot of damage in a tanky build, which is absolutely fantastic. But in addition to those 2 great aspects of his kit, he also has maybe the best leader effect in the entire game. This activates in all battles, and it grants all allies 20% attack speed. This literally speeds up your whole team, and it means I use him everywhere, even when his elemental affinity is not advantageous, because this aura doesn't care. 20% attack speed is 20% attack speed. That really helps me control the flow of every battle. So if you have Lancelot, congratulations. Don't sleep on this hero. He's a beast. He's a total beast. Okay, that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below, who is your favorite hero in King Arthur Legends Rise? And also, when you just have a few minutes to spend in game every day, what areas do you focus on? as always, thank you to my sponsor, King Arthur Legends Rise, and thank you for hanging out. I have been Colred. I will see you in another video soon.